Hello, good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a good morning. So, today is 20th of May. We'd like to see exactly what to expect on the various pairs. So, we'll start off with the dashboard on our screen. We want to explain what it means. First, this area shows us the trend, the strength of symbols. Like we have Swiss franc. This is the strongest as I'm speaking now. And then we have euro being the second strongest, and then we have AUD. This is one of the weakest, and then we have the most weakest is GBP. So today we are trading a combination of these two, either this or this or this or this one. So trade a combination of Swiss franc and AUD, or a combination of euro and GBP, or a combination of the other remaining ones. So that is based on the strength. Based on the trend, have euro USD, there's an active uptrend, and then we have euro JPY, we have an active uptrend, and then we have AUD CAD, we have an active uptrend, then we have NZD USD, NZD JPY, NZD CHF, and NZD JPY CAD. All of them are in an uptrend. Then we also have CAD JPY, where there's an active uptrend. Have also this one, CHF JPY, we have an active uptrend. So far, pairs that are in a downtrend, we have USD CAD, we also have GBP NZD. So let's move forward and see what we have on the individual symbols. We'll start off with Euro USD. So Euro USD so far, yesterday, if you can remember, the price actually moved to the upper side. The price moved massively to the upper side, but we are below. We just went above a level also. So what that simply means is we are still somehow upwards. You remember yesterday I drew a line like this. And like this. Then I mentioned that if the price broke above this level, we'll simply wait for it and continue buying it to the upper side. So as it is now, this is still upwards. We actually expect price to go up to this point, where if it goes above, we expect it to proceed much higher. So as it is now, this is up. Expect price to continue to the upper side. You need to wait for just some pullbacks, wait for price to retrace back slightly to the lower side, and then you pick a buy position. So as it is now, if the price can come back up to the trend line which it has just gone beyond, then that will give us the correct place to look for a buy from. So with that buy position, simply expect price to go up to this point as the first take profit, and then the next take profit is at the top with this one. The next symbol is GBP USD. This is somehow we are still downwards on this chart. Somehow we are still downwards. I'm going to add a moving average, 50 simple moving average, like that. If you place it on Forex, you can see that we are still downwards. And then I'm also going to add the alligator. Also this one, we are seeing that the price actually broke above the moving average, is forming the alligator. So according to the alligator, could mean that we are upwards, but based on the fact that the moving average has not been broken, we actually still expect price to continue to the lower side. So as it is now, we do expect some movements to the lower side, most probably up to this point. So we do expect price, of course there's some trend line here. So this was just some resistance. We had a resistance, and we had a resistance came back in the recent past. So with this, we do expect price to proceed down up to this point, where if it goes below, we expect it to continue much lower. So as it is now, we are into a sell, and the sell is supported not only by this moving average, the 200 moving average, or up to the same trend line, that will give us a good place we want to look for a sell from. With that sell position, expect price to go up to this point. So the next symbol we look at is USDJPY, and so far there's also another good shape on this one. If you put 1 hour, then you minimize it, you can see that we're actually having some like a wedge formation, the upper trend line, then we have the lower trend line. This is like a resistance. We have a resistance here, and then we have a resistance here, and then we have a resistance here, and then we have a resistance here. Then we have a support, and then we have a support. Then there's also another level here. So what this means is you could have sold when the price was here, and if the price comes back up to the same trend line at the bottom, then this should give us the ideal place to pick a buy from. So as it is now, we are actually still into the momentum is still upwards. The current move we are seeing downwards, this one here, is actually some return. So expect it to take price up to this point. Expect this moving average to push price up to this point, up to this trend line, where you should look for a buy position up to this level here. So basically we expect price to go up to somewhere around this level. So we'll move forward to our next symbol. We want to look at Brent oil. So I hope you remember what we said yesterday. If you can remember whatever we said yesterday, we actually mentioned that if the price had gone above a given on Brent oil, then we actually expected it to proceed in that direction. So that's exactly what has been happening. The price went above a level, but we are yet to see moves in that direction. We had a resistance here. We also had this. So did the price break beyond this level? We were waiting for a retracement and then some signs that we are sustaining the break above, so that we pick a buy position to the upper side. So far that has not happened. The price has not been able to move as we expected it to, like that is just as we expected. So we do expect some consolidations here, which means you're supposed to be looking for buy positions. Even as I'm speaking now, keep looking for buy orders. Expect that buy to take price at least up to this resistance. There was that retracement the previous day's candle, and as long as the price is held above this point, expect a move up to this resistance. So for the short term, this should be a very good buy place. Expect buyers to come in up to this resistance. So the next chart we'll look at is what is it? Is SP500. So we had a resistance yesterday where this symbol bounced off from. We had a resistance there. We had a resistance, and then we had a resistance. So we did say that should the price successfully break above this level, that is, should the price break above, we were to wait for some retracement so that we continue to the upside expected to be happening. For price to break above, retrace back, and then continue to the upper side. So that has not happened. We are yet to clearly ascend above that level. We are yet to see price break above. So simply wait for this retracement, then you pick a buy when the price comes back after breaking beyond this level. So a break above, a retracement, and then a continuation. So let's see what we on our last symbol. we look at is gold. We look at gold. We have gold here. So gold so far, yesterday the price pulled back to the upper side, but then it's still around the same place we expect it to be at. So if you can remember, we had this yesterday. We had as a resistance, retracement before the price pulled back again to the upper side. So if you're on this chart now, you actually are supposed to be looking for expect price to continue upwards, and the least place it must come back to is this level. So it's only when the price goes beyond this point that we'll continue looking for more buy positions. So this should be a buy. The price breaks above, this should be the next place to look for a buy from. So we took a buy here, we want a break above, a retracement, then we take the next buy. We expect that which will determine in the future. So that should bring us to the end of today's webinar. If you do have any questions, kindly feel free to post them for me on the chat option. So one more thing which I want to say is that if you are trading NYSE stocks or NASDAQ or MOEX stocks, then you can now trade without being charged any commission. So previously, a standard lot of one was charged, like if you are trading NVIDIA, if you are trading that, then you're charged up around 130 USD per transaction. So now the commission has been waived up to 18th of June, which means you can now trade stocks without being charged. So please make use of this promotion. Trade stocks, trade NAC, trade MOEX. So do that without the commissions. So thank you very much. That should be the end of today's webinar. We meet again tomorrow at the same time. So thank you. See you.